Everybody, it's Alvin Brown, CEO and founder of the Center for Healing and Peak Performance and Integrated Peak Performance Services. I'm also the author of Journey to Personal Greatness, Mind, Body, and Soul, a blueprint for life balance and self-mastery, available at all your major bookstores, Barnes & Noble, Books A Million, Amazon, and Chapters Indigo online in Canada. Also, perfect edition, especially when you talk about Soulful Saturday, is your journal. This is the Journey to Personal Greatness journal I give to my clients when they sign up with me and join on. But for you, anything will do. Any journal will do. Doesn't have to be this one. This is nothing special, and I just want you to get a journal. I want you to get going and get on your journey to your personal greatness, but you got to map it. A lot of times when you're deep in your troubles, you just can't see your way out. It's amazing how you can give advice to somebody else, but you just can't take your own. And that's because you're too deep in, you can't be objective. A journal enables you to be, especially when you review it. You don't just dump in it and leave it. You review it and just check out the patterns, and you start to see it for what it is. And that's what you need to do with life. So get your journal, get started. All right, so this is Soulful Saturday. This is short and sweet. My goal is to make it that way, short and sweet. Today we're gonna talk about a neat little item, exercise that I started to do with myself, and then I give it to my clients as well. This episode is called You Done Good. It's a list. It's a list I want you to build of all the things you've done in your life that's been amazing, and you've done a lot. But the problem is, we'll talk about this in the action steps. Negativity is inherent within us. Number two is our deepest fear. Something we're going to talk about in action steps. I never want to just pump you up, give you information without some action steps, little nuggets you can take and move on. And the action steps are: shut the door to the rabbit hole. And number two is build your list. All right, so let's talk about the first one. Negativity seems to be inherent. It does. It seems to be inherent in us. So we think, I've heard quotes of 60,000 thoughts a day, and 90% of them are negative. What we didn't do right, how we could have done it better, not good enough. Old recordings from years ago when we lost something, or a parent said something, or someone of influence said something to us and it's stuck in our heads. You'll never be anything, you'll never amount to anything, you're not smart enough, you're not pretty enough, you're not this enough, that enough. I mean, go down the list. There's a ton of them you could choose from. Just pick them at any day, any time, and you're golden. You're down into that negative spiral. So we tend to be that way, and I heard a great explanation for it. One is, back in the day, the caveman and our ancestry days when survival was the number one thing we wanted to do, you didn't want to be super positive when you heard some rustling behind the bushes. You just wanted to be suspicious about everything because that's the only way you're going to survive. So I think the idea is that we took that forward into our present life. There's no more dinosaurs, no more saber-toothed tigers, but we have deadlines and we have all these other things. And now, especially today, social media, it causes us to really go deep and compare ourselves to other people, and our life's not that good. And and take the right selfie, or else you're going to delete it if you don't get enough likes. I mean, there's so many reasons now why negativity is really inherent in us now. So think about that. Negativity is inherent. All right, number two, our deepest fear. Our deepest fear is a great quote from Marianne Williamson, who wrote this poem long ago, and it's been quoted multiple times over and over. And some of us, I got to know it from the movie Coach Carter. And then I looked it up and I really fell in love with it. I keep repeating that. My kids, I said it to my kids all the time, and it's so true. It says our deepest fear is not that we're inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we're powerful beyond measure. It's not our darkness that most frightens us. It's really our light. And I buy into that, because when you shine, for me to get on this videotape, for me to write my book, for me to step out and become and speak what's in me and leave it out there, I'm being vulnerable. I'm open to anybody posting something, saying something, but I've made a promise to myself that I'm just going to keep rolling. What are you going to do? What's someone going to do to you? If a couple of words, where's someone coming from when they start to cut you down? Just think about that for a second. What space are you in when you choose to look at the negative side of what someone's doing or someone's expressing themselves? I now, in my latter years and my maturity, i.e. old age, now I realize it's all about me being jealous of somebody else. When I want to slander them and attack them, I'm looking at them going, man, they're doing something that I should be doing, so I want to attack them and bring them back down. So I now realize that. So you don't have to worry about the negativity of somebody else. Go for it. Shine your light. And that's your deepest fear. Our deepest fear is that we're powerful beyond measure. And sometimes a lot of us are in fear of that power. We're in fear of success. And so that's why we're a tendency to draw back, leave a little off the table, and not give all our best. And that's why I advise you, start to shine your light. We'll get into that in the second part. All right, number 1, action steps. So now we're on to the action steps. Something I want you to do with this information I just gave you. Number 1, shut the door to the rabbit hole. See, here's why I say this. The minute you start to catch yourself, become mindful of yourself watching somebody doing something that you want to do. Maybe, you know, they're on stage, or maybe they're putting out their YouTube video, or maybe they're doing something, and you catch yourself going, who does he think they are? Oh, that sucks. You know, they're not doing that well, and blah, blah, blah. You know, meanwhile, you're not taking any action on it. And then that gets you to start feeling bad, or you're reading negative posts, or anything that causes you to start to feel bad. You start feeling it in your soul. And this is why this is Soulful Saturday, because this is on a soul level. When you start catching yourself going down that rabbit hole of thinking negative, of starting to want to resentful, wanting to get back at somebody, want to make a nasty comment, want to think nasty thoughts, catch yourself and shut the door to the rabbit hole, because it's going to take you down deeper and deeper and deeper and start to affect your soul and start to infiltrate the goodness that is in you. So catch yourself, shut the door to the rabbit hole, don't let it in, and it's going to get easier the more you do it. The more you catch yourself starting to go down that rabbit hole and cut somebody up and wanting to, and be resentful about what somebody's doing, instead of posting that they're amazing and that's awesome that they're doing it. You know, people tendency, you just look at any comments, YouTube, Twitter, I mean, look at it. The people are out there putting it out, and then you got these people underneath just hammering away at them. So if you catch yourself doing that, don't even read that stuff. Cut that comments off and let it go and start to just shine your light. All right, number 1, build your list. I want you to start, this is the topic of the whole thing, is build your list. I want you to go back, all the way back to the farthest you can remember, and write down some of the simplest things or the biggest things you did that are amazing. And I'm sure you'll get a long, long list. I would shoot for at least 50 things on this list. I'm talking about, you know, winning your Little League MVP. I'm talking about handing in an assignment, that you getting your degree, anything like that that you've been awarded or got a ribbon, anything, an award, a ribbon, write it all down. You've successfully lost 10 pounds, 15 pounds. I've seen people lose 200 pounds or more, and they're comparing themselves. Oh yeah, but I still, no, write it all down. All of it needs to go on the list, because why? We tend to be negative. And what I want you to do with this list is to pull it out every so often and look at it and see that you've done good. You've done amazing up to this point. And we need to remember that, because we have a tendency to negativity, looking at what we didn't do right. So again, close the door to the rabbit hole, build your list, and start to push back at the negativity. Start to bring light, shine your light. I want to see you out there. I want to see you shining light. Time ticks too fast to be hiding our gifts and to be putting it away and worrying about what everybody else thinks. So take action on that, and I'll be eternally grateful when you do. Send me a post and tell me the exercise worked for you, and this will make it all worthwhile for me. All right, so until next time, short and sweet, build your You Done Good list and start to make it happen. I'll be at the Fouad Abiad show this weekend in Toronto. If you're there in Mississauga, look on our website, you'll see some information for that. I'll try to get that posted actually after this. I'm gonna put up a little poster after this video finishes. You can see if you're in town. I'm emceeing that night. And in June 4th, I'll be doing 6 steps to your personal greatness and optimal health and so on at the June 4th Strong Summit at the Toronto Pro Show. So, and then many more things coming up, many more live events as we build and build and build. All right, until next time, be relentless. Build your done good list and be relentless about your pursuit for personal greatness. Visit our website, tchep.com, journeypersonalgreatness.com. And if we can help you out, give us a call. We're here for you. All right, until next time, peace and love.